Hello, everyone. Welcome to This Day. It is Tuesday and it's September 22nd. We have one meeting to tell you about, and it's the third board resident policy and compliance meeting, and that is going to be this morning at 9:30. And if you would like to follow along, you can go to lagunawoodsvillage.com/meetings. Now, on our show today, we have a candidate for U.S. Congress 45th District, Greg Rass. And so we're going to chat with him and hear all about what he plans to do. And then we also have Greta and Susan with the Duplicate Bridge Club, and they just rave about online bridge, so you can still play for quite some time. Now, today is National Voter Registration Day, so we just wanted to remind you about a few things regarding voting. Online registration, the deadline is October 19th. By mail, it must be postmarked by October 19th, and then in person is November 3rd. Now let's go ahead and take a look at our weather. It is lovely out. It is not too warm at all, although we are going to be getting a little warmer towards the end of the week. We do have temperatures mild today, 82, 63. Then we warm up a little bit tomorrow with 84, 64, a little warmer, 85, 64. But then as the weekend approaches, we are looking at some very pleasant temperatures, 82, 65 and 79, 66. Our sunrise this morning was 6:39 a.m. and our sunset will be 6:47. Alan, nice photo. Looks like you were in Hawaii. But it actually is at the end of Aliso Creek. So very nice photo. Thank you for sending that in. If you have a lovely photo of a landscape around here or maybe a vacation that you have recently taken, please email it to us at lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with Greg Rass.
By staying home, the community of Orange County has made a difference. But doing so shouldn't mean putting your own health at risk. Hogue wants you to know that safe, quality care is available. Don't ignore or delay the medical attention you need. From routine checkups to revolutionary treatments, Hogue is here for you, just as we have been for almost 70 years. Like no other time before, your healthcare choices matter. Get the care you need from the name you trust.
Welcome back. Well, today I am joined by Greg Rass, who is here to talk about his candidacy for the U.S. House of Representatives, the 45th Congressional District. Well, Mr. Rass, welcome. How are you doing?
Good. I always enjoy coming to your show. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So, wow, you know, this is a big jump. So, tell me, you know, kind of your history and what led you to this point.
Yeah, running for U.S. Congress is a big jump. I currently sit on the City Council in the City of Mission Viejo. I'm in my second term, my 6th year. I was mayor last year. I was mayor pro tem for two other times, and I'm really looking forward to now move up to the congressional level to represent all the residents of the 45th Congressional District. That includes Laguna Woods here in Washington, D.C. Real quick background: graduate Arizona State. My father was a World War II bomber pilot. I wanted to do what he did. He was over in the European theater during Normandy and the Battle of the Bulge, 65 combat missions. So when I was in the university, ASU, I joined the Marine Corps officer program to be a fighter pilot myself. Mm-hmm. I graduated, I joined the Marine Corps officer program and became a lieutenant, went to flight school in Florida. Then I got based out here in Irvine at the Marine Corps Air Station at El Toro, which brought me out here. And I for 30 years, retired at the rank of colonel, went on to fly for JetBlue Airways as an airline pilot. Then I got into politics, and now I'm going for the big seat, the 45th district.
Tell me, why is it important for you to be in that seat?
I've served my whole life. As I said, 30 years in the military. I was a young Cub Scout. I was an Eagle Scout. I was in student government in high school. And I just love serving people. And currently on the city council, I love being mayor last year. We rotate the mayorship in our city. Every 5 years, you're the mayor. And I just love serving people. And I have Washington experience. When I was a lieutenant colonel, I worked 3 years at the White House in the White House military office. And from 96 to 99, the second term of the Clinton administration, I was the chief of staff of the White House military office. We provided military support to the president, vice president, senior cabinet members, and senior members of Congress. Air Force One squadron came under our preview. We had the helicopter squadron, Camp David's run by the Navy. All his communication team is Army and Air Force. So on any given day, there's about 2,200 active duty military support personnel to support the president. So I oversaw that whole operation, me and myself and this Air Force colonel.
What are some of the concerns that you're seeing happening right now?
Well, number one is safety, law and order. People are concerned what they're seeing around the country with the rioting and the lawlessness that's going on. Many of the cities in the 45th district are contract out to the Orange County Sheriff's Department, and they're doing a fantastic job. In fact, our city, Mission Viejo, we just upped our budget to help the police, to bring more police into our city. Number one is security of the children in school. We have police officers at all our high schools and middle schools, and we have a roaming officer that goes to our grade schools. People like to be safe when they go to the mall, they go shopping, and they just don't like to see the rioting that you see in some of these cities that are going on. So safety is number one. Number two is homelessness. They don't like to see homelessness problems. What we do in our city, we have an officer. Her job specifically, she's a deputy, is to go around look for homeless. And we have several mercy homes in our city where we're able to take the homeless, get them cleaned up. If it's a veteran, we know where to take a veteran. If it's a mental problem, we know where to take the mental issue people. And you got to do it one by one. And I believe it's the mayor of each of these cities that has to handle this problem one at a time. If you start letting it get out of hand, like you see in LA, it's too late. And Garcetti up in LA, it's just too late. There's just hundreds or thousands of these homeless people. So when you live in a city, they want security and safety. They don't like to see the homeless. And another big issue that goes on in Orange County is this opioid addiction. A lot of these 18 to 24-year-olds are addicted to opioids and some of this fentanyl that's coming in from China. And that's an issue that we're trying to deal with here in our city. And also when I'm a congressman, I like to deal with it in the entire district.
Right. So I was going to ask you about that. So as a U.S. House of Representative for this particular district, does that mean that you will work closely with Don Barnes?
Oh my God, yes. Don Barnes, I believe, is doing a wonderful job. The Orange County sheriffs, you know, the police forces are taking some hits here in the press. Yeah. You see a lot going on. There's 2 shot up in LA over the weekend, and there's actually protests at the hospitals. They didn't want to take these 2 deputies to the hospitals. They were blocking the emergency room. And I just grew up, you know, you respected the police. Right. You know, if you have a problem, that's what the courts are for. You know, they give you a ticket or you get arrested for something. That's what the courts are for. You just don't take law into your own hands and create all this anarchy that's going on. Right. So Sheriff Barnes and the relationship we have with the Orange County Sheriff and the Orange County Board of Supervisors is a great relationship. And number one is safety and security of the people. They want to be able to, like I said, go to the mall, go to the gas station, go to Ralph's or wherever, do their shopping and get home safely. So that's number one. And as a U.S. Congressman, I also want to deal with what I said right at the end there with this opioid crisis. It's coming in from China and it filtrates through the southern border. And that's another issue I want to discuss.
Right. Let's talk about that since you wanted to mention illegal immigration. Talk about that and borders.
Well, I remember back in '86 when President then Reagan worked with Tip O'Neill, and they came up with this plan to legalize a lot of these that were here illegally, a lot of Hispanics and those coming up from Central South America. But the southern border was never secured. So people were given amnesty, which was fine back then, but they just kept coming and coming. So I believe this president has really done a good job securing the southern border. In fact, the crossings is at the lowest ever. There's 312 miles of wall been put up already. along the San Diego area that's very secure. And once everything gets secure down south, and that's again where a lot of the drugs come in, a lot of human trafficking comes in, these young girls, that's where a lot of those coming through, not just from Hispanic, Latinos countries, but from all over the world. They'll come to Central South America, Mexico, and then work their way north. Once the southern border is secure, then we could start dealing one by one and work with commissions on people that have been here for several years and figure out if they haven't been in trouble, what we can do to move them along to become members of our society.
Okay, all right. And then healthcare, you know, now that we've had COVID-19, and we wonder if some of our healthcare costs are not going to skyrocket, not just because of that, but a variety of other things. What do you say to healthcare costs?
No, I know most of your viewers are on Medicare. I'm on Medicare. Very comfortable with it. They're doing a great job. I do pay a portion from my Social Security every month that pays for Plan B for going in to see a doctor. And I think that program's doing well. We could probably tweak it a little bit here and there to make sure it's solvent for the younger people coming up. So instead of having this great big overwhelming over healthcare bill, you know, just let's take it piece by piece. Work with Medicare, make sure that's solvent. There's some issues on prescription drugs or whatever. Work with that. Work with the VA system for our veterans, and that system it's like 90% positive now. President Trump has done a really good job with the VA system, and I use the VA system. I'll go up to Long Beach or San Diego or the clinic in Laguna Hills just to see how it goes. I don't have to because I'm on Medicare, but I do just to see how they're doing, and they're doing an amazing job. And ever since this president has really upped the ante and ensured that the VA. So I work with that. And then you want to ensure that the Medicaid program for those less fortunate is secure. Money is available for that, and we're not, people aren't abusing it. So there has to be some type of regulation in place so that system's not abused. So I work one by one. And then the employer-employee system of healthcare, ensure that they're getting the best plans possible. And then there's those people that are right in the middle between age 25 and 65 who do not work for a company that provides healthcare. That's where we have to get the costs down. And I believe that's where the comprehensive plan has to be put in place to reduce the price of prescription drugs and reduce the price of healthcare. Be able to cross state lines, bring in more competition. And that's where I'll work for at the federal level. That's where I can do my best.
Okay. And then, so you've been a president of a local business here in Anaheim. How do you think that's helping you address some of the issues?
Oh my God, I learned so much. After I got out of the military, I flew with the airlines and we had our own 401ks and everything, but I didn't really enjoy it. I flew jet fighters, mostly off of carriers. So for me, it's rather boring flying. So my buddy had a company, he brought me on to be his president, and I learned so much. You know, disability insurance, workman's compensation, Social Security, federal tax, state tax, local tax. I mean, it is terrible, all the regulations. And by the time you pay these people, you know, there's not much left. And it's really sad. And I had one employee we had to lay off. This is in 2008 when things kind of went south. I said, I'll bring you back as soon as we get back moving again. So about 6 months later, I called him. I said, I want to bring you back. He goes, I'm not coming back. I go, why not? He goes, I'm on unemployment. I'm on something housing, assisted living housing. He was on food stamps. He goes, I'm making more money not working than I'm working. So I'm like, something's wrong with this picture. So and it's happening right now because unemployment people are making more money than when they're working. So the government can't be giving out all this money to people that aren't working because there's no incentive to go back to work. Well, you know when they'll go back to work is the week before their unemployment runs out. So
yeah,
on that, we get the federal government out of the unemployment program. That's a state program, and businesses pay into that program every month, and we don't need the federal government involved with that, forking out an extra $600 to those that are not working.
Any last comments?
No, I've lived in this district. I bought my first house in 1979, so I've been here homeowner 41 years. I was based at El Toro Air Base when it was open. I met my wife at the Officers Club, 3 wonderful children, 6 grandchildren, and this is just an extension of my service to my country. And I'd love to serve the people of the 45th District in the House of Representatives as their congressman. And I do have a website. Can I mention it? greggrass.com, www.greggrass.com to learn more about me. We're down to 7 weeks to go here. So we're down to the wire. Ballots get mailed out in 3 weeks. So look for your ballot in the mail. Make sure you sign it correctly before you mail it back in. But I appreciate everything you guys do, and I appreciate you having me on your show.
All right. Thank you so much, and good luck to you.
Okay, thank you.
And we'll be right back after this.
It was just a get-together with friends. No big deal. Everybody felt fine. Now, I'm super sick. Everyone is sick. I just wish we had been more careful. It would have been easier than this. So wear a mask. Do what you can outside. Stay 6 feet apart. Because some things you just can't take back.
Do your part to lower the risk.
Welcome back. Well, today I am joined by Greta Schwann-Fox, and we have Susan Denenholz here from the Duplicate Bridge Club. Well, welcome both of you. How are you doing today?
Oh, we're fine.
Thank you.
Good, good. Well, I know you guys have been busy playing bridge online, and I'm so excited that you're able to continue to do that. And Susan, why don't you tell me a little bit about some of the options that people have to play bridge online?
Sure. Okay. Well, before the pandemic, hundreds of duplicate bridge players, both residents and non-residents, played very regularly in our games at Clubhouse 7. And understandably, this is something that they miss very much. Well, it's no perfect solution, but the next best thing is online bridge as a means of staying connected with bridge, but also staying connected with each other. And this is done through a computer platform called BridgeBase Online, or BBO for short. There are many different ways in which bridge can be played on BBO, 2 of which directly involve the Laguna Woods Bridge Club. So these are the game types that I'd like to focus on.
Okay.
First, there are the so-called virtual club games that we run. We hold them every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoon. They are directed by our own club manager, Brandon Shoemaker. And these games are restricted to people who have played at our club in the past. And therefore, when you play in them, you'll find that you know most of the people that you're playing against online. So that, and also you can chat with those people online, you know, between rounds, of course, not in the middle of a hand and as time permits, but still, it gives a sort of quasi-social experience to the whole thing. Okay. And another very important advantage of the virtual club games is that they support our club financially. The bulk of the card fee that each person pays eventually comes back to our club. And so hopefully after we pay our director fees and our other costs, we can make a little bit of money to help tide us through the pandemic.
Okay.
But our costs are fixed, but our revenues are very variable depending upon how many people we have. So it's very important that we have sufficient player volume to cover our costs and to keep these games going. So I would really urge all the bridge players out there who like duplicate to please join in our virtual club games. I said there's another avenue in which we participate, and that's called the Support Your Club games. The nomenclature is a little bit confusing, but these are labels that ACBL has put on. And so these Support Your Club games they're nationwide games, and they run 3 times a day, every day, but they also channel the bulk of the card fees from people who are our players back to the club. And so the best way to get more information about all of this is to subscribe to our weekly online newsletter, which is called The Blast.
Okay.
The Blast is more up to date than our website, but you can go to the website in order to sign up for the blasts. The club website, very easy to remember, is lagunabridge.com.
Okay, good. And I would imagine that people signing up for, you said it's part of your club anyway, but they would also be happy to know that the skill level is the same. So it's not just the same people, right?
Yes, that is true for the most part. And with the virtual club games that we run, we have separate games that we call limited, which are for players with a certain number of master points up to like 500 or 750. And then what's called the open games, which is for players who have above that. So yes, broadly speaking, one will be within one's own peer group in terms of ability level.
Oh, okay, good. Now, Greta, are you participating regularly? I think you said last time you were.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I have a partner for Monday, I have a partner for Wednesday, I have alternate partners for Friday. So
good.
My husband knows where I'm at those 3 days because I'm on the computer for 2 hours playing.
Wow. Well, what do you like? Either one of you. Yes, Susan, go ahead.
I'm at the online bridge games. We play against each other very often.
Yes,
oh, isn't that great that they were able to rise to the occasion and let everybody participate and really, come together and help everybody, which is nice because, Greta, at least it's giving you, both of you guys, giving you something to do, especially because our community is the highest risk right now. Sure. So I'm glad that you're able to find the time to do that, plus be able to log on. Now, Susan, so BridgeBase Online, you did mention that you can support your club. So what does it cost?
Okay, sure. Well, to sign up for BridgeBase Online, you simply go to their website, which is bridgebase.com. There's no online in that name, just bridgebase.com, and you'll follow the instructions there. It's really very simple. There is no cost for signing up, and there are certain free activities, practice activities you can do within BBO. If you want to participate in any of the games in which master points are awarded, which is certainly what most duplicate players are there for, that involves some cost, and the cost varies by the type of game. For the virtual club games that we run, we each charge $5, which is less than what most virtual clubs charge. So, we're trying to keep the cost within reason. And as far as the method of payment, it's really quite simple. At the outset, when you're on BridgeBase Online, you use a credit card to make a deposit of any amount you choose, and that will get drawn down each time that you play.
Okay, all right, great. That's perfect. And $5 for a game doesn't seem unreasonable. Do you still have, like, I don't know, do you bet and you win anything or not really? It's just points.
Not money, just master points, that's all, yes.
Okay, great. All right, good. So now if somebody was to have any questions, Susan, and maybe they're just not getting it, who do they email?
Sure. They are certainly free to email me. Again, my name is Susan Denenholz, and my email address is lwbcprez, that's LWBCPRES at lagunabridge.com.
Okay, great. And Greta, so, I know before you guys were having lots of lessons that were being held at the clubhouses, but obviously that's not happening because we haven't reopened the clubhouses yet. So how are they going to handle bridge lessons?
Well, we've been sort of looking around, and I had a suggestion that we contact one of our directors, Mike Murray. He always had a lesson and a game on Saturday morning, which was very well attended, and so I asked him if he would be interested in doing a lesson, and we are getting ready to set that up. He will do that on a Saturday morning, and the lesson will be on Zoom. And he had a big following of the younger players, and I think his lessons are good for everyone. So we're really excited about that.
Oh, that's great. That's good. You guys can still keep it going, and I have to say that I think you have to still keep it going for another couple of months until we really get past. The numbers look great, and things are getting better, but they still, I don't think we're going to be opening up because Bridge obviously has a large congregation, and you just can't have them all in the same room quite yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
No,
We
but
will, I don't know when, but we will be there again in Clubhouse 7.
oh yeah.
right.
It's better.
And either Susan or myself are always available if someone needs some help getting to the online bridge, because it's a little tricky at first, but once people get into it, they really get hooked on it.
How many people can you guys see on your screen when you sign up for a game? Is it just the 4 people, or is there multiple people?
No, we can't see anyone.
Oh, you can't see anyone.
No, you have the hands are on the screen.
Oh.
And some of the people have some real interesting pseudo names that they put. I mean, I don't always recognize everyone, but it's just the way they've decided to set themselves up, and but it's just the fun of it. You'd say, oh, we know these guys are really good. Let's get them.
well, and the other thing is that you're using your brain, and that's the important part. Everybody's keeping their brain fresh and challenged, and that's important. And you're busy, and you're staying busy, so that's perfect. Well, lady, anything else?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys have good times playing bridge, and when you and then if people want to know more about the lessons or about how to do the online bridge, they can just go to lagunabridge.com, right?
Right. Although, as I said, our newsletter is more up to date, and one can sign up for that from the website, or if a friend of yours gets the blast, they could just forward it to you, and within the blast itself, there is a place to sign up for it.
Perfect. Okay, great. Well, thank you both. I appreciate
the time. Lisa.
You guys have a great week.
Okay. Thanks, Lisa.
Okay. Bye-bye.
And we'll be right back after this. Welcome back. Well, all we have time for is to take a look at our weather, so let's go ahead and do that now. Today is looking quite nice, and the next couple of days is going to be a little bit warmer, but by the weekend we are going to be cooling down. We should be at 82-63 today, tomorrow 84-64, and then a little bit warmer, 85-64, and then we start our cool down, 82-65, and then 79-66 for Saturday. Have a great day in the village. We will see you again tomorrow at 9 a.m. And if you want to watch our rebroadcast, you can watch it at 12:30 and 5 today. Have a great day. Stay healthy. We'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.
In a time of need, it's more important than ever to have caring professionals around you that exemplify kindness, compassion, and empathy. Alethea Home Care is a non-medical, family-owned company aiming to improve and maintain the quality of life for our clients and their families. We work hard to ensure your loved ones are safe and comfortable in a warm and familiar environment. Located right here in Laguna Woods, our services include companionship, light housekeeping, respite care, hospice support, transportation, and so much more. Spoil your loved ones with quality care and call today.
Now there's a different way to buy a new Lexus. It's called CarDash, only available at southcountylexus.com. It's amazingly simple. Visit southcountylexus.com, select and reserve your new or pre-owned vehicle that comes with a 5-day love it or leave it guarantee. Apply for credit, calculate your payment, and even appraise your trade-in, all online. Once you arrive at the dealership, just pick up your car and drive home. Push a button, get a Lexus. South County Lexus, where different is amazing.